Old age is often considered a time for reflection, a period of peace after a lifetime of hard work. Yet, many seniors feel lonely, disconnected from their children and grandchildren, or even feel left behind in their own homes. This isn't entirely due to external circumstances. Much of it stems from habits that quietly form over time. There are certain behaviors that may seem harmless, but gradually create distance in relationships and hinder personal growth. When these habits go unrecognized or unchanged, older adults may unknowingly push themselves into a life of isolation, rigidity, and stagnation. Below are some common yet often underestimated habits whose impact can be profound. Many elderly individuals tend to cling to the past. They frequently bring up old stories, memories from younger days, past achievements, or old wounds. No matter how meaningful these memories are, living in the past can prevent one from being open to the present. When a person focuses only on what was, they stop learning and close themselves off from the changes they need to embrace. This creates a gap between generations. Conversations lose harmony, and their stories become repetitive and disconnected from the present. Refusing to learn new things is another major barrier. Many seniors shy away from technology, resist new experiences, and say, "I'm too old to learn anything new." But this mindset only causes them to fall behind in a rapidly changing world. The ability to learn isn't limited by age. A curious and eager mind remains young at heart, keeps the spirit alive, and strengthens bonds with the younger generation. Judgment is another common habit. With age and experience, some feel entitled to comment on others' lives. But constant criticism, disapproval, or imposing opinions on younger family members can make others feel stifled and distant. No one wants to be in an environment where their actions are constantly scrutinized. What may seem like well-intentioned advice can backfire, eroding trust and weakening family bonds. Negativity in thinking is also concerning. As they grow older, many people become pessimistic, complain more often, and focus on the worst. They frequently talk about illness, death, or express constant fears. This negativity creates a heavy atmosphere that can exhaust those around them. A gloomy mindset spreads and impacts the emotional well-being of the whole family. When a senior cannot find joy in the present, it becomes difficult for them to build positive connections. Another common mistake is underestimating other people's feelings. Some seniors believe they've seen it all, so they dismiss the emotions and problems of younger people as trivial. They don't genuinely listen, don't put themselves in others' shoes, and often give advice based on their own views instead of empathy. This makes younger family members feel misunderstood and disrespected. Even blood ties can't sustain a relationship without mutual respect and listening. Withdrawing and not sharing true feelings is also a habit that can lead to isolation. Seniors may think, "No one will understand," or "I don't want to bother my kids." But prolonged silence only makes it harder for others to understand their needs and thoughts. An invisible wall is built, leading to more misunderstandings and emotional distance. Meanwhile, even the simplest form of sharing can serve as a powerful bridge between hearts. Lastly, there's the subtle yet damaging belief that one is no longer valuable. After retiring or stepping down from a leading family role, many seniors feel like a burden. This belief causes them to stop trying, neglect self-care, and become passive. They withdraw from relationships, avoid community activities, and reject opportunities for personal growth. But aging does not mean becoming useless. Everyone holds unique value, no matter what stage of life they're in. When seniors appreciate their worth, they radiate positive energy that uplifts everyone around them. Changing lifelong habits isn't easy, but recognizing them, accepting them, and gradually adjusting can help seniors rebuild strong relationships and experience deep personal growth. It's never too late to start anew, to learn something fresh, to understand others better, and to love yourself more. Keeping an open mind, practicing humility, and being willing to listen can help older adults integrate more harmoniously with family and community. Conversations become more engaging, conflicts are easier to resolve, and the generational gap narrows. When seniors learn to regulate their emotions and walk alongside others instead of imposing their will, they not only earn respect but also become inspiring figures for younger generations. No one is perfect, and no one is immune to mistakes in communication or behavior. What matters most is awareness. When seniors realize they can learn from the younger generation, from peers, and even from themselves, they will discover joy in the continued journey of growth, even without youth on their side. We often think personal development is only for the young, but in truth, the most meaningful changes often come when we are more mature and insightful. If older adults can let go of harmful habits, develop flexible thinking, and embrace listening and sharing, their lives won't just be better. They will be richer in meaning every day. Old age is not the end, it's a new chapter. One you can write in your own way, with wisdom, compassion, and connection. Subtle signs that damage relationships and hold you back. Living in the past isn't truly living in the present. Holding on to memories may bring comfort, but constantly dwelling in the past can prevent one from fully experiencing the present. When older adults frequently speak of the past, whether with pride or regret, they can become disconnected from their current reality, comparing the good old days with today, saying things like, "My time was better," or "people used to be more caring," may make younger family members feel unappreciated and dismissed. Over time, what once were meaningful recollections may turn into barriers between generations. Retelling the same stories repeatedly also leads to a sense of monotony in conversations. Even loving family members may find it difficult to stay engaged when they've heard the same tales many times. This can unintentionally turn once heartfelt conversations into mere formalities, lacking genuine connection. Instead, past stories should be shared as a way to bond, not dominate. It's important to know when to stop and to shift the focus to the present. Ask your children or grandchildren about their lives, their dreams, and their passions. When older adults show curiosity and openness rather than judgment, relationships naturally deepen and become more meaningful. Refusing to learn, stagnation disguised as wisdom. One of the biggest barriers to growth in old age is the belief that I already know enough. The idea that retirement means no longer needing to learn is a limiting mindset. The world continues to evolve. Technology, communication, and societal values change rapidly. Without adapting, it's easy to fall behind and feel isolated. Learning in later life doesn't mean tackling complex subjects. It could be as simple as learning how to text your grandchildren, trying out a new recipe, or exploring a different music genre. These small acts stimulate the brain, boost memory, and keep the spirit young. Rejecting learning is essentially rejecting the positive aspects of modern life. Older adults who stay curious and engaged tend to communicate better, maintain independence, and have more confidence. Ironically, their self-reliance often brings peace of mind and admiration from their families. Judgment and control, double-edged swords that sever connections. Criticism and controlling behavior often stem from a desire to guide others based on past experiences. Many older people believe that their life lessons give them the right to advise the younger generation. However, unsolicited advice delivered in a judgmental tone often has the opposite effect. Statements like, "That's not how you should do it," or "Back in my day, we did it this way," can make younger people feel devalued and mistrusted. When criticism becomes a habit, loved ones may stop opening up, creating emotional distance. The older adult may then mistakenly believe their children are indifferent, when in fact, they're trying to protect themselves emotionally. To build better relationships, ask instead of judge. Replace "that's wrong" with "why did you choose that approach?" Share your perspective as a personal experience, rather than an order. When people feel heard instead of commanded, they open up more, and bonds grow stronger naturally. Ongoing negativity, a slow poison in every conversation. Some older adults tend to see everything through a negative lens. Bad weather signals illness, a bland meal signifies a meaningless life, and fewer phone calls mean abandonment. These thoughts, when repeated, not only harm the elder's mental health, but also wear down those around them. Negativity is not a personality trait. It's a habit of thinking, and habits can be changed. Focus instead on the positives in every situation. Replace "growing old is becoming useless" with age comes wisdom and time to do what I love. The language we use and the perspective we choose set the tone for every interaction. An elder who radiates positivity, encourages others, and spreads inspiration, even in simple words, becomes a cherished presence in any family. Disregarding others' feelings, the sign of a closed heart. Sadly, many elders unconsciously become less considerate of others' emotions. They may react impulsively, get offended easily, or believe that young people must always give in to the elderly. However, when one prioritizes only their own feelings and ignores those of others, respect is gradually lost. Empathy knows no age. If older adults want to be loved, they must also learn to understand others. Let your children and grandchildren express their opinions, even if they differ from yours. Pay attention to facial expressions, tones of voice, and even silences, for these are where true emotions reside. Not everyone finds it easy to express feelings, but if elders can create a safe, non-judgmental space for conversation, deeper and more lasting relationships will follow. Long-term silence, when distance grows from within. Many older adults believe, no one cares what I have to say, or talking would just bother them. These thoughts cause them to withdraw, keeping emotions and thoughts to themselves. But this silence often prevents loved ones from understanding or offering help, eroding the family connection. Sharing doesn't have to be grand. A simple, "How are you feeling today?" or a short story from the past can open doors to connection. The more elders hold back, the more they isolate themselves. But by just opening up a little, they may discover the deep care and affection still surrounding them. Sharing is a sign of trust. When elders learn to share appropriately and in a timely manner, they feel less lonely and help their loved ones feel closer too. Seeing oneself as a burden, the belief that erases self-worth. One major reason older adults lose joy in life is the belief that I no longer matter. Without a job or a role as a provider, it's easy to feel discarded or useless. This feeling leads to emotional withdrawal, loss of motivation, and sometimes depression. But every stage of life has its own meaning. Older adults may no longer be physically strong, but they are rich in wisdom, experience, and calmness, qualities that no one else can offer. They safeguard traditions and pass down life lessons that no book can teach. When older adults believe in their own worth, they live more positively, act with more confidence, and earn greater respect from others.